Hello, welcome to
Hello,
the
everyone.
October vlog. Hope you're well.
So we're kind of deep into autumn now, aren't we?
We're getting there, yeah.
The leaves are all turning, it's quite chilly, it's very wet. It's been consistently wet for quite a while and it's going to be for the foreseeable
It's very
future.
sticky and muddy in the garden.
Yeah, very claggy.
Yeah.
Lots of bonfire smoke and like just a lot of... it's very atmospheric.
It's very dank.
It's very dank.
I like a dank day. It puts me in a good mood. But yeah, so our wedding season has come to an end now and the flowers are all starting to... the annual plants are dying off and the perennials are starting to stop flowering, so the garden's very much coming to the end of its season. And with that we have a kind of shift in our working schedules each week, so we're now heavily into getting our next range of online courses up, which is very, very exciting. And I can tell you a little bit now about one of them that's going to come out hopefully just before Christmas, which isn't that far away at all, which is quite scary. And it's very exciting. It's called Garden to Vase, and we've been shooting consistently all the way through from winter last year. So it's a real kind of journey through the garden throughout all the different seasons. So you can see what's flowering, what we're cutting, and then also making arrangements with really seasonal garden flowers and materials. And it's so exciting. I love looking back at everything because I get in the winter and the autumn, when it starts to get a bit chillier, I get to do the editing and I get to look back and kind of relive all of the summer flowers, which feels like such a long time ago, although, you know, it's really not that long ago, but there are arrangements, you know, back in June, and suddenly we're looking at all these amazing kind of poppies and peonies.
Also
and
the garden looks
roses,
so different, doesn't
so
it? Like,
different.
I was looking at the first, like the winter to spring section of the class, which is also the thing I really love about this course is they're on the cusp of each season.
Yeah.
So we've done winter,
each season
spring,
moving into the next
spring,
one.
summer, autumn.
Yeah.
Autumn, winter.
Autumn, winter.
And yeah, that's really, like, I love that moment where one season sort of tips into another. And that's, and I was looking at the winter spring one the other day and it's just, oh my God, it's like a completely different world down there, isn't it?
Especially the perennial garden, because a lot of it just, you know, reduces back to nothing and it can look very much like there's actually nothing in the ground.
There's so much happening.
And there's actually so much underneath. And then obviously in the summer, you know, some of those plants are actually towering over our heads. So it's this amazing kind of symphony in the garden where it all comes up and goes back down again. So yeah, I'm really excited about sharing that with everyone, and we should have more details about that in the next vlog, which will be November, which is kind of terrifying.
Coming up in this vlog, what have we been up to in October?
Well, talking about different seasons merging into one, we went to the Great Dixter Plant Fair at the beginning of this month, and it was a weirdly hot. It was about 25 degrees.
Oh yeah, it was. It was really hot. Yeah.
A very late summer, but actually an autumn day.
It was the most beautiful day.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And yeah, the Dixter Plant Fair is amazing for anyone who is able to go. It's they have one in the spring and one in the autumn, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
And they take over the fields, at the bottom of the garden, and it's all different stalls run by different plant nurseries. And obviously the Dixter nursery has an amazing stall, which our friend Daniel had done like an amazing setup for that. And there were so many incredible plants. And we were quite reserved actually, weren't we?
We were quite reserved, but
restrained,
we saw some interesting things maybe for the future and noted down some varieties.
We did come away with a few.
I got a nice packet of linaria, which is like a giant linaria, because we grow the butter and eggs one, toad flax, in the garden, and also the wild purple variety just sort of self-seeds everywhere, which we love. And it's great as a cut flower. but this was like a giant version, so I'm quite excited about
Yeah,
sowing
excited
that in
about
the spring.
I'm excited by the salvia. It's called Stormy something.
Stormy weather.
It was very beautiful. And some miscanthus, some incredible miscanthus, which is like gold rather than...
Yeah, there are lots of really
the
beautiful
pinky.
grasses.
Yeah, loads of amazing grasses and asters everywhere, and well, we'll see. So that was very inspiring, and we walked around the gardens, didn't we? It was lovely.
So we've been out and about quite a lot, because
Yeah.
we also went to Suffolk, which... Have you been to Suffolk? No, we neither of us have been. Oh, you have been.
Yeah,
I
we
haven't
both
been.
have. Yes, we have.
Oh.
We have.
Where have I been?
Well, we did a wedding there a few years ago, and then we also went to Helmingham Hall, which is an amazing garden.
That's
we went to visit.
embarrassing. Okay.
Yeah.
I have no recollection of having been in Suffolk, and I thought I'd only been to Norfolk, but they're quite similar. So apologies to anyone in Suffolk and Norfolk
who think they're very different. It was lovely. We went for a few days, didn't we? And it was just a chance to sort of get away and blow the cobwebs away. And
it was extremely stormy there because
it was really windy.
there was a storm further north that was going on. I think it's still going on actually, with a lot of wind and rain and flooding and things. And it was extremely windy. We were down on the beach, and it was very atmospheric. And we did catch both sunrises while we were there.
Yeah. Lovely.
Which is always good for, I don't know, getting you going in the morning.
Yeah.
We get up early and really watch the sunrise.
Yeah, we were staying in Aldborough, which is just such a lovely little town. It's quite an arty little town, coastal town, and it's beautiful, isn't it? Lots of all the houses are all different, painted all different colours, and it's very charming, sort of English seaside-y place.
Great food.
We had lots of great fish.
Good fish.
And we had a lovely fire, didn't we? And sat by the fire and sort of noted down some ideas.
Yeah, it's a lovely place for a break, and we'll link below the cottage where we stayed if you're interested.
We've been doing a lot of work in the garden, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's that time of the year when there are just suddenly so many garden jobs, aren't there? Like your list of things to do is just like never
ending.
Obviously all the annuals come out and we read. I mean, you say.
Well,
it's your
the annuals, pretty much over, and although with this warm weather, that actually a lot of them have still been flowering, which is great. But it's time for the changeover. So in the tunnels, all the beds get changed over, and we put in lovely new compost and everything like that. And then outside, I'm having a bit of a rejig this year, just having kind of learnt where things have worked well, where they haven't, and also splitting a lot of the perennials and kind of rejigging and making space for putting in bulbs and things like that. So it's quite a big job. It's quite a lot to have in my head or in my notebook, but I feel like suddenly this week the jigsaw puzzle started to kind of slot into place. So and I'm just so excited about seeing it all next year, and all the colours come up and see what the new kind of blend of plants looks like.
There's quite a few new things that I've noticed you've been putting in, like especially among the bulbs, lots of crocuses and
lots of crocus, lots of iris reticulata.
Early year colour, which will be really incredible to see.
Because even though we don't necessarily cut them, it's, you know, obviously we are working down there, and it's this balance between having the garden as a productive space but also as an inspiring space and a beautiful space to work, even though it's not our home, you know, it's not a pleasure garden, it's to supply our business. So it's finding this kind of balance, but tucking in a few bulbs that will
a few little treats.
Just a few little things for me that'll cheer me up in February and March when I'm down there in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
So hope you enjoyed the vlog.
Yeah.
And we'll see
hope
you
you're enjoying
in the
the
next one.
autumn.
Yes.
And
if you are somewhere where it's autumn, we hope you're enjoying it.
Lighting the fire and
lighting the candles.
Oh, there's so many nice rituals at this time of the year, I think, aren't there? Like
lighting candles,
candle lighting, and lighting the fire in the evening. Suddenly, like, gets a little bit chilly, and it's just cold enough to have a fire. And there's lots of like bonfires and things like that going on. Or I suppose it's bonfire night.
It's a sort of sausagey time of year, isn't it?
It's quite sausagey.
You just. As in, you want to eat things like sausages.
Yeah, in fact, I had sausages for supper last night.
And red cabbage.
Dad bangers and mash.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
But should we go for a Guinness tonight?
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Anyway, on that note,
enjoy
the Guinness, enjoy the bonfires.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.